Welcome to Conflict News 24. On daily basis, we share impartial updates on global conflicts. Firstly, Armenia Azerbaijan conflict. The two countries fought border war, limited border fighting earlier this week. More than 200 were killed. And ceasefire is holding. Meanwhile, Nancy Pelosi, US House Speaker, has arrived in Armenia. Secondly, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan have been involved in heavy fighting on border. On Friday, in clashes, dozens were killed. Ceasefire was announced, but later ceasefire was violated. What is happening there now? Is there calm on the border or ongoing fighting there? Thirdly, viewers, Russia-Ukraine conflict. Ukrainian forces have crossed two rivers, Oskil and Seversky Donets, and they are trying to advance further into Kharkiv and Donetsk. We have details on a map for you. Firstly, viewers, Azerbaijan Armenia conflict earlier this week. There was heavy fighting on Azerbaijan Armenia border. More than 200 were killed, mostly soldiers on both sides. The two countries fought a war as well in 2020, 44-day long war. This time, it was not just exchange of fire. Azerbaijan launched a ground offensive as well. Azerbaijan is still in control of some territories of mainland Armenia, which Azerbaijani forces captured during this recent escalation. Close to Jermuk city of Armenia, Azerbaijani forces are in control of some territories. Ceasefire was announced, and so far ceasefire is holding. Azerbaijani forces have not withdrawn from Armenian territories so far, reportedly. Meanwhile, Nancy Pelosi, US House Speaker, has arrived in Armenia. You can see a picture on your screen showing Nancy Pelosi when she arrived in Armenia. Tomorrow, on Sunday, Nancy Pelosi will have high-level meetings in Armenia. She's accompanied by a top delegation to what will happen after that. Because if you remember, Pelosi visited Taiwan at the start of last month despite threats from China. And after that, she returned from Taiwan, and China laid siege to Taiwan. For a week, Taiwan remained under siege. And US-China relations went to a new low because China suspended all engagement with US government after Nancy Pelosi's visit of Taiwan. Now she is visiting Armenia. What will Azerbaijan do, and what will Nancy Pelosi say tomorrow in Armenia? Will she condemn Azerbaijani attack on Armenian territories? How far will she go in supporting Armenia? That remains to be seen. Secondly, viewers, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan border fighting on Friday. Border fighting escalated on Kyrgyzstan-Tajikistan border. 54 casualties are being confirmed so far. Kyrgyzstan confirmed 24 casualties on its side. It has imposed state of emergency in Batken province, which shares border with Tajikistan. Around 130,000 civilians were displaced from Batken. That shows the gravity of the situation. Yesterday, a ceasefire was announced after a meeting between Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan presidents who were attending a meeting in Uzbekistan. After their meeting, ceasefire was announced, but ceasefire was violated and both sides kept on accusing each other. Now, there is a relative calm on the border. Ceasefire seems to be holding. Border guards, the chiefs of the two countries are in talks to resolve this border issue peacefully. Meanwhile, both sides are sending reinforcements to border areas. So reinforcements underway. So far, guns have been silenced, and those who have been displaced are being provided with food and aid. Now, I want to point out one important thing, that Turkish TB-2 drones are being used in almost all conflicts ongoing these days. In this border fighting between Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan, Kyrgyzstani forces used Turkish TB-2 drones to hit Tajik military assets. In this week's Armenia Azerbaijan fighting, two Azerbaijani forces launched drone strikes using Turkish TB-2 drones. In Russia-Ukraine conflict, we know that Ukrainian forces are using Turkish TB-2 drones. In Tigray, Ethiopia, Eritrea conflict, which I am covering on the other YouTube channel, My Views and News, there also Turkish TB-2 drones are being used by Ethiopian federal forces. So you see that in 4 conflicts in different regions of the world, Turkish TB-2 drones are being used by parties to the conflict. We have 2 clips for you. One shows movement of Tajik military assets, some BMPs towards a conflict area on Tajikistan-Kyrgyzstan border. Second one shows some TB-2 drone strikes conducted by Kyrgyzstan forces on Tajik military assets. Watch these 2 clips, then we'll analyze on a map new Ukrainian advances across Oskil and Seversky Donets rivers into Kharkiv and Donetsk oblasts. You can see Kharkiv Oblast here, where Ukrainian forces made rapid gains in recent days, and now they have crossed 2 rivers to push Russian forces back on some fronts. You can see Kupiansk here, viewers, Kupiansk city, and to the east of the city you can see this river, which is Oskil River. And we know that more than a week ago, Ukrainian forces made a miraculous advance towards Kupiansk from this place, which is called Bayraktar, and they managed to take all territories to the right and left of this road, and they managed to reach Kupiansk. Russians had to withdraw from all these areas, from here towards this border, which is Russia-Ukraine border. Russians were trying to hold their positions to the east of this river, this blue colored patch, which is Oskil River. Now here Ukrainians have made some gains. They are advancing. They have crossed this river bridge, and combat footage is being shared from an area which is situated to the east of this river, where reportedly some destroyed Russian tanks have been seen in a video. Ukrainian forces have managed to cross this river, Oskil River, in eastern direction, and they are now trying to take control of eastern part of Kupiansk city. It means that Ukraine has managed to push Russians from their defensive positions to the east of this river, Oskil River. And Ukrainians will definitely try to push Russians to the border. This is the border, Kharkiv, Luhansk border. So first line of defense of Russian forces after the retreat from Kharkiv. They're still in Kharkiv. Their first line of defense has been breached to the east of Kupiansk by Ukrainian forces, though not very significant advance, but at least Ukrainian forces have managed to cross the Oskil River, and they're trying to push Russian forces away from the right bank of this river, Oskil River. Secondly, viewers, you can see here Izium, which was taken by Ukrainian forces when they launched a counteroffensive on Kharkiv, which we mentioned. They're making gains, they're advancing, and now they have crossed this side of Oskil River, and they have managed to reach these two places. You can see here Studenok, which you can see here, and secondly a place can be seen which is called Sosnove. Sosnove and Studenok can be seen across this river, which is again Oskil River. Reportedly, these two places in Donetsk have also come under Ukrainian control. And thirdly, a very important advance by Ukrainians across Seversky Donets river towards Liman. We have been discussing that Liman was becoming vulnerable because from multiple directions Ukrainian forces are trying to cut off Liman. They were trying to cross this river, this blue colored line, which is Seversky Donets river, and now they have managed to cross this river. They have managed to take control of Dibrova. You can see Dibrova here. Visually confirmed that Russians have been pushed back from Dibrova. Ukrainian military has been seen in Dibrova. We have a clip for you showing Ukrainian military presence in Dibrova. So Liman is being encircled from western side. You can see Sviatohisk, which is under Ukrainian control. Sosnove newly taken. Studenok newly taken. Bohorodaichne taken by Ukrainians. So from eastern and from southern sides, Ukrainian forces are trying to move towards Liman. Liman is very strategic, viewers. If Russians lose Liman, they'll have to withdraw back towards this main city called Severodonetsk, and Severodonetsk is in Luhansk. This is Luhansk-Donetsk border. So Ukrainian forces are trying to push Russians towards this border, which is Luhansk-Donetsk border. Liman is in danger. Russians are trying to remain in control of Liman, but from different directions, Ukrainian forces are trying to close in on Liman in Donetsk. I think for watching.